by ear, though, and switch gears because it was just announced that Hulk Hogan has passed away at the age of 71 years old. Yes, the legendary professional wrestler who's had a very controversial life and career as well as passed away 71. They say it happens in threes, right, Emil?
Yeah, man.
You know, this week we lost Ozzy, who, of course, was so iconic and a part of the metal Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
And now you lose Hulk Hogan, who, again, same iconic part of the professional wrestling Mount Rushmore, whether you're a fan of his or not. So go ahead and get Yas in a stream in there. 71 years old. This is just breaking right now. This information to me is not a surprise, though, because I was getting ready for it because it's been rumored that he's been in intensive care ICU here for the past couple weeks. It is now confirmed by TMZ as well that he has passed away at the age 71 years old. I'm going to pull that up here. And those rumors were getting denied and disputed because he still looked in pretty good shape because Hulk Hogan shape, as you would, right? And he just launched his Real American Beer. And on top of that, they were set to debut his new company with Eric Bischoff, Real American Wrestling, which is basically Greco-Roman wrestling. Not like WWE style wrestling, but it would have been like collegiate style wrestling. And they're going to be doing that, dropping that on Fox Nation, streaming that, I believe, this weekend.
Oh, man, what a time.
The timing of everything. Crazy. And see what TMZ has to say as far as what the information they're pulling up right now. What did you see so far here, Emil?
It looks like that, I mean, other than the fact that they were trying to hide his health, I know that he went in for a 4-level interior cervical disectomy and fusion. It's like a heart issue.
Yes.
And he'd been recovering from that. There was a lot of talk about like possible coma, and family came out saying no, that's not true. He's at home healing. He's fine. You don't really know until it happens anyway, because whose word are you going to take until it does happen? So,
right. Here's the 911 call here.
Bravo, Rescue 46, LR 45, Engine 46, cardiac arrest. Rescue 46, LR 45, Engine 46, Fire Attack Bravo.
All right, so basically what happened was he was in ICU for a while there, and then they let him home. He was at his house when he had a cardiac arrest, and then paramedics arrived and weren't able to resuscitate him, and unfortunately he has passed away at the age of 71 years old. And again, I said controversial. I mean, the last appearance that Hulk Hogan made at a WWE event, he was actually booed out of the building. Now, part of that is political. Part of that is because of his, he's had some situations that and allegations of racism in the past, and some actions that were not necessarily up to the character that Hulk Hogan would preach of. But at the same time, and I'm always like a fan of garbage people to a certain extent, but I could separate the person from the persona, if you will.
I tried.
Yeah, you tried. You were kind of over the Hulk Hogan thing for a while.
I mean, he's part of my childhood, growing up, watching wrestling and all that stuff, but you try to ignore as much as you can, but you can't.
Right. And it was okay not to be a fan of Hulk Hogan to the last decade. Right. But at the time, part of the childhood, we grew up with the red and yellow, and he was so iconic. Just like, we just watched the Pee Wee Herman documentary, how Pee Wee was so iconic during the 80s. Hulk Hogan was right there. Mount Rushmore of the 80s. We just posted that. And of course, the 90s with the NWO and the wrestling wars. And he is often referred to as the Babe Ruth of professional wrestling. And I think we'll continue to be remembered that way. But yeah, what a week. And who's the other legendary person we got to keep an eye on then? Because again, we're talking icons with Ozzy passing away, who's on the metal Mount Rushmore, and Hogan on the professional wrestling Mount Rushmore. Then what other Mount Rushmore icon is still out there today that we got to protect at all costs, right? So that's what's happened. Breaking news: Hulk Hogan passed away at the age of 71 years old. We're gonna hit the reset on the FM side, but we started our podcast broadcast. You could join us youtube.com/bevegan or on Instagram, and we'll be back with more, including Survey Says, Florida Man, and all that right after these words. Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, so as we get ready for everything, welcome to the stream. We did start it early today because we have a lot to cover. Well, not only did we do our show open today, talking all things South Park and President Trump with all that came out, busy day. We also debuted a new segment called Ask a Conspiracist, and we've had a lot of fun. And I also professed and was super candid and honest to my friend Yas Money about how I've been a mess lately, and it's all my fault. I know.
Now that the caffeine has kicked in, I'm...
All right, well, so all that, and we even covered some good reviews, bad reviews, Fantastic Four. So let's get this show officially started, shall we? Here we go.
Radio station. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Wednesday, July 23rd. Good morning, Kendall.
Good morning, Beef.
And good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. As you all know by now, yesterday, right after the show ended, we were greeted with the inevitable but always heartbreaking news that we lost the legend yesterday. The one, the only Ozzy Osbourne passed away at the age of 76 after dealing with a 20-year battle with Parkinson's, which was a silent battle that most fans didn't know about until recent years. But, you know, I want to start off the show not in grief, but in celebration of sorts, because when you look back at the life, the legacy. All right, so I messed up on that. That was not the video clip that I'm looking to play. I am going to play our show open from this morning, which was a good one, but we also covered Fantastic Four's the good reviews and the bad reviews. In case you missed it, it went like this. Check it out. All right, as you know, it's a big week this week for movie fans, Marvel fans in particular, because Fantastic Four is out everywhere today. In fact, actually, Yas Money came in today and was like, here's the thing. And I'm like, yeah. And then showed me a pop doll of the Thing. So you've been super geeked. You're wearing your Pedro Pascal shirt. And have you heard any early reviews of Fantastic Four and how good or bad it may be?
88 on Rotten Tomatoes.
88 on Rotten Tomatoes, not bad. You know, of course, we'll talk more about this with our movie critic, but I do have reviews from around the country of people who've reviewed it.
Don't give
first.
me any spoilers.
No spoilers. Okay, but I'm going to give you 3 good reviews and 3 bad reviews. Okay, now look, by all measurements, 88% fresh so far from critics and Rotten Tomatoes is a good sign. Everything about this, the big bad and Galactus and the future retro aspect of it, the casting, it seems excitable. I'm excited for it, especially right after Superman. I'm ready for some Marvel Universe. So here's a good review from the Toronto Star. After too many superhero movies where the main objective seems to be to introduce Myriad Moreau's characters and multiple convoluted plot lines, it's refreshing to experience one that just wants to remind you of the simple pleasure of reading a comic book.
All right.
Yeah, so this is good. This is almost like a return to form. Like, that's the same thing with Superman. A lot of people said, hey, this was kind of like more comic book like than what we're used to. That's what we liked about it, right? So that's a good review. A bad review from the Daily Beast, an aggressively fine intergalactic adventure whose earnest optimism and sweetness flirts faithfully and dully with hokiness. Okay. All right, so that's one good, one bad. All right, another good one from the Rolling Stone magazine, a little publication some people have heard of, to say that this version we get in Fantastic Four, First Steps, is the best screen adaptation to date of the group, means that a low bar has been cleared, though the world building around them is truly an achievement. Well, that's good. A bad review is IndieWire. They said it feels less like a victory than it does a total surrender. You have to walk before you can run, but at this point, the MCU is back to crawling on its knees, and at this point, it seemed like it might be too afraid to ever stand back up again.
Ugh.
That seems a little harsh.
I was going to say that's...
Yeah, and then finally, good and bad. We'll do one bad. We'll end with the good. Bloomberg News said, while Superman is bracingly modern with political sentiments to boot, Fantastic Four has a halo of cobwebs it can't quite shake off.
Oh, please.
You rolled your eyes at that. You didn't like that one,
No,
Yes?
no.
All right. Well, here's the final good review from Seattle Times. They said, First Steps is the movie this family of heroes deserves. It's heartfelt, action-packed, and just plain fun. Fantastic indeed.
Okay.
Excited.
Well, here's the thing. When I go see it this afternoon,
yeah, you're going to be one of the first to see it. 2:00 today, huh?
2:00, first showing at Harkins will be at 2:00.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you, Emil, you're always like a fan of the Marvel universe, or you were for a minute. I don't know if it jumped the shark for you. Are you going to watch this? Are you excited about it?
I watched it last night a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
Fell asleep watching.
Okay. So did you enjoy what you saw so far?
Yeah, it was all right. I feel like I could agree that it's, and I mean, this is easy to say that it's the best Fantastic Four out there. Yeah, I do like the one that came the best arms that they use for the special effects.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. I would probably actually watch it in theater. I don't think it was so bad.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. I am excited. I do think that this summer and this month in particular is coming out with some good movies that we'll look back on fondly. So, a Fantastic Four in theaters everywhere starting today, and that's the good and the bad of the reviews. Let's hit the reset. We got Your F My Life's FML News and so much more coming up next. Keep it right here on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
One, Oro Valley, Tucson, an Arizona Lotus Corp radio station. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Thursday, July 24th. Good morning, Emil.
Hey, good morning, man.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Going to have a real fun one here as we continue to crank up the week. A little bit later, Yas Money's going to be joining us. We're still giving away tickets for Pantera. That's happening at 7:10 this morning. And we have a pair of tickets to give away for Ice 9 Kills. Now, we look back in this week. We're day 4 of the week. Week is almost over. And what the hell's going to happen next, right?
Anything.
Yeah, to recap, on Monday, we had the after effects of the kissing CEO, right? And then everyone doing the kiss cam.
I know, everybody's still talking about that.
No. So that they were talking about it, and we're like, oh, when are they going to shut up about it? Then the next day, unfortunately, the death of a legend, Ozzy Osbourne, passed away,
Rest
right? Which we are going to be celebrating his life and legacy on, I think, KFMA this weekend and our sister station, KLPX.
Good.
Yeah, and we'll play some Ozzy today and, every day, as we always do. So that happened. And then, yesterday, it was announced in the afternoon that Paramount struck a deal with Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the co-creators of South Park. Now, if you didn't know, Emil, they were set to have their season premiere about a month ago, right? But there's been, contract negotiations going on. Paramount was dragging their feet. Now, Paramount is in a very weird situation because, they're trying to merger with, I think, not a Skynet, which is like Terminator. It's Sky something, a billionaire conglomerate. And to make this merger happen, you got to get approval from the FCC, Federal, Trade Community, or whatever. FCC is a government run agency that usually fines you for cursing and stuff.
I know, right?
Yeah. Like,
they're the worst.
They are.
The effing worst.
Yeah, they've been the bad guy for a long time. But, the way that this has been going is that, if you upset the administration, the FCC, at least that's what they're thinking. They're like, no. They'll nix any deal. So at the end of last week, Stephen Colbert got fired, right? And they just announced that they weren't going to renew his schedule and that they weren't, going to replace him, meaning they weren't going to continue with doing the late night talk show model. Now, I don't know if that will be 100% true. We'll see how time will tell. But there's speculation as to why. A lot of people are saying, hey, this is a financial decision, which can make sense. And then some people are saying this is politically motivated because of Colbert being so outspoken against Trump. Now, he's a comedian, late night comedian. They're all somewhat outspoken against the administrations, some more so than others, right?
Some more so than others, I would say.
Right. So, it's neither here nor there. The late night community has banded together in support, rallying around Stephen Colbert, saying that we will not be silenced kind of thing, right? But so yesterday, it was interesting that when Paramount's saying they can't afford to renew Stephen Colbert's contract, but announced that they signed a $1.5 billion deal to renew South Park for another 500.
Wait, how much?
$1.5 billion.
Okay, I was just making sure that B and not the M.
Oh, it's a big B. It's a big B. All right. And, so you're going to be able to watch the antics of, the boys from South Park for another 5 years. That's 10 episodes per year, 5 years. $1.5 billion, all right, through Paramount Global. All right, so that's obviously big money for a company that was claiming to not have resources, right?
Yeah.
So, how does Trey Parker and Matt Stone celebrate with the season premiere last night? They go full scorched earth on President Trump. Now, the first time President Trump was, in office, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, who've been notable Republicans their entire life, right?
What?
Yeah, 100%. You look it up.
That for a second.
You look it up, dude. Look it up. They've been out and open when it was not cool to be a Republican. They said, hey, we are Republicans. And so even during the Obama administration, they were Republicans. And with that said, when Donald Trump was first in office, they saw how politically divided we were as a country. So they opted out of stoking the flames and they had their character, Mr. Garrison, play the president. So that way they could be kind of like outlandish, but it's like, it's not Trump, it's Garrison. And that was the way for them to not directly go after the president.
All right. So see, I haven't watched for a very long time. So you're saying that at any point they never actually went towards this? They never
during the initial presidential run, right? It was 2016 and 2020. Now, towards the end with COVID and everything, they were outspoken and then there was definitely taking shots at Trump, but it was Trump as Garrison. So they had this kind of like buffer. That was what they decided to do at the time. Okay. So you would think now they're renewed, they're back for another season. Garrison's back in office, but no, that is not the case. This time, what they did was they got Donald Trump's face. They did it basically Canadian style, Terrence and Phillip or Saddam Hussein. Remember South Park the musical?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And they reincarnated Saddam Hussein as Donald Trump, who is basically in a relationship with the devil. Like I said, they went full scorched earth. And what they did last night was so hilarious, but also so aggressively attacking that there's no way that the president of the United States is going to be able to take this as a joke. I'll give you some small examples. Here's the audio last night. This is Saddam Hussein as Donald Trump on South Park. Listen to this.
Hey, what the f*** is this, fella?
This is the painting you asked for, sir.
Why is my dick so small?
But that's the size it is in the photo.
Get this guy out of here! I'm gonna sue you! I'm gonna sue both of you! Nobody makes fun of me and gets away with it!
And they show naked, small, baby phallus
Don't
Trump.
want to right now.
What?
Being in bed with me.
Come on, Satan, I've been working hard all day!
Now that's all I'm going to play right now, because I don't want to get sued by Paramount. But with that said, this is basically a continuation of the story of Saddam Hussein and Satan in South Park, the bigger thing. It doesn't stop there. At the end of the episode, and this is not a spoiler, basically the townspeople of South Park make a PSA for Donald Trump as part of their settlement deal, right? And what they did was they had an AI, basically they deep faked. So it looks like Donald Trump. They got him completely naked, and then they show a microphallus. So the attacks that they did was a full blown. And this is one of the most punk rock moves. And because I'll say this, say political aside, right? Their daddy is Paramount. Paramount is desperately trying to merge, right? Now, they know that Paramount just settled for that 60 Minutes lawsuit, saying that they edited out some clips from the Kamala Harris interview, and they settled for $15 million, right? And then after that, Stephen Colbert gets fired and everything. It looked like they were on the right track to get this merger greenlit. Then Trey Parker and Matt Stone takes $1.5 billion and says, F your merger. Because if you believe that the president will not allow you to merge with another company because he's upset, then we're going to make him upset and see if that's the case, right? And now we'll see if the merger does go through and then what the fallout will be. It's difficult to believe that the way that, even though everyone knows the satirical level that South Park will go to, you can't necessarily, be like,
have there been any, has he said anything about this merger though? Has there?
No. So publicly speaking, Trump has only said things about Stephen Colbert saying he's unfunny, low ratings, blah, 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 blah. Right. So, it's speculation, but what's everyone's speculating is that you have to play nice to get this approval, right? Now, is whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. But what I do know is, this president is not going to get the joke that South Park did, because South Park, like I said, went full scorched earth. And if you saw yourself completely naked with the microphallus and talking little Saddam Hussein micro penis, they hit every single blow to make this president furious. So it'll be interesting to see what his reaction will be, and if the merger for Paramount does go through. But they basically, the large part of the argument for the episode was defunding of NPR and censorship over.
So that was the point of the all of this, was just them kind of going after the defunding of the two. Yeah.
I mean, there's always going to be there's a point, a rhyme behind reason. Yeah. So either way, I'm just saying. All right, let's get back on here for a little teaser before I play Five Finger Death Punch. I got Coach Q back in the building here, so I'll reintroduce him. There we go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast, joined by a good friend returning back to the show. We got Coach Q from the Ruckus Room. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning. Good morning.
We have a lot to cover. Coming up after new music for Five Finger Death Punch, featuring Maria Brink, we're going to give you the similarities between Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan, because honestly and oddly, there's a lot of similarities between the two icons, both professionally and personally. So I've got a list that I'll break down for you right after that, as Hulk Hogan was announced to be passed away at the age of 71 years old today. But on the podcast broadcast stream, Coach Q's in here, and he posted a reel the other day, because you operate the Ruckus Room downtown, right?
Yes,
Where's the location again?
127 South 4th Ave.
Yeah, so it's on 4th Avenue, right downtown, and we know that sometimes, there's people that are misplaced and they don't have homes, and it sucks, part of the community, and I feel for them. But you ever see somebody do a walk where they're like, uh-oh, that's the poop walk? You ever seen the poop walk?
No.
You've seen the poop walk.
You've seen the poop walk, Yas Money. Don't act like you don't know the poop walk.
You might not know what we're talking about, but you've seen it.
Yeah. And actually, Coach does a great job in describing what actually the poop walk is, when he saw somebody buy his business do that walk. And then what happened next? Well, it was predictable. We're going to watch that on the podcast broadcast stream. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Back with those similarities between Ozzy and Hulk right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, so check this out. Because I know it is sad, right? Even though we were debating it because it's sad, and because it's such a legendary career, but obviously marred in controversy the last 10 years, character flaws and things like that, right? Just like racism and bad business and, stuff like that.
Sure.
It was stuff where you're like, gosh, damn it, Hulk, not even the steroid stuff, the vitamins and prayers is like, whatever, steroids, yeah. You looked awesome. It was the 80s. That's kind of the thing. All right. Yeah. Now, you've been doing great on your reels. It's all part of, promoting your business, but also just great, content and personality content. And, this was just a great kind of mini documentary. So when I saw it, I immediately was like, it's like an episode. So check it out. This is Coach the other day.
I was chilling in front of the bodega when I see this guy come waddling down South 4th Avenue. And then he stops at the gym's parking lot and busts a right. Now he's walking on his heels, cheeks clenched up. I said, damn, dude, no way. Now, note to everybody, if you see somebody walking on their heels, cheeks clenched up on a Monday afternoon looking around, it's going down. If he goes into the toes, it goes. So he slips up into the parking lot.
So right there, that's an excellent description of what the poop walk is, right? All right, continue.
And I'm like, nah, man. I'm sitting on a stool thinking, nah, there's no way. Not broad daylight. There's hope in humanity, right?
In your pocket?
And I was like, it's going down, Q. You got to get up. You got to go investigate. But I was too late. Yo. No, fuck no.
I can almost smell it, dude.
Dude, you got to go. No, you got to go. We ain't doing that here. You fucking shit on my shit? You already took a shit on my shit. Bro, you got about 10 seconds to get up out of here, bro. Now notice this spin. This is the spin that saved this man's life. Because right as I started to crash out, I just stopped and popped a spin. Whoop! And by the time I came around, I was a different person. This is that Holy Spirit come now type of spins. Jesus, enter my heart before I catch a case type spins.
Unforgivable.
There you go. So that's a prime example for business owners and artists alike. How to create engaging content and still push the brand and stuff, and take a shitty situation, pun intended, and turn it into a positive. Amen. So well done, Coach. Well done. Yeah. Did you clean it? Did you spray it down? What'd you do?
Yeah, I cleaned it up.
All right. See, look how
there.
responsible that is.
Yeah. When he left, and after, during the time I was cleaning it, I was like, I should have had him clean this.
Yeah, that would have been fair.
Very humbling moment for me. You know what I'm saying?
Rub his nose in it.
Character building opportunity. Let's do it.
Rub his nose in it. Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. But the funny thing is like if you watch the video, you can see the poop sprayed on the fence at the bottom. So
I seen it.
Just like a month or two
we seen
later,
it. Yes. Rocco 2.1 KFMA. Go ahead. Keep going, Coach Q.
No, yeah, we pulled that fence out.
Oh, you did?
We pulled the fence out. We paved the parking lot. I really wanted to make it look like, yo, you can't poop here.
Yeah. Make it a place. It's like, this is way too nice for me to defecate. So what we're talking about here is we just showed a video on Coach Q's Instagram page where he did this reel of, a displaced man or houseless individual. What's the appropriate way?
A homeless man.
Okay, well, there's a super PC way.
Is?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There's a way to say it. Well, yeah, he was homeless. He had to poop. He had those Fenty squirts. You know what I mean? And
the Fenty squirts. That's the accurate one.
Yes. So if you follow Coach Q Jeff on Instagram, you can see this reel, and he caught the man, and he recognized the walk, so he knew it was going to happen, and he called it. You called your shot. You Kobe'd.
Yeah. Yeah,
a poop parking lot situation. Poopy. Oh no! And it was so quick. Even when you were trying to go to intervene, it was too late. It was one of those situations. So I feel for both of you. One, as a business owner, it's like, yeah, that sucks, and you got to clean that up. But two, as a person in that position, you're like, oh man, I gotta go, and you just gotta go. What was the worst scenario where you just had to go? Where you're like, oh no, I shouldn't even be here right now, and I gotta go. Yeah. Do you have one?
Yeah. You want to hear this?
Yes,
So
please.
I worked at a bookstore that also had a cafe, and I ate a lot of. They had apple pies there. There's a bit of a sweet tooth, but I also had to work the book side of the store too. So I would eat a bunch of those things, and a bunch of stuff from the cafe didn't sit well with me. And I was talking to somebody about a book, trying to help them find that book.
Right.
And at that point, it's in the middle of customer service and being like, oh, dang, this needs to wrap up right now.
Yeah.
And doing that same walk to the bathroom afterwards, and they know.
They know
poor guy.
hardcore.
He's just trying to help me find some Lord of the Rings, and he's on his own journey to Mount Doom right now.
Right. Oh, yeah. What about you, Yas? You don't go number 2, so you never had a situation?
We make butterflies. Girls don't poop. We make butterflies.
Yeah. When did you have to make butterflies in a situation you're like, oh, I don't want to make butterflies right now?
It was the day before my surgery, and they made me take the
laxative stuff.
the laxative stuff, and so then I took it. couple hours went by and I was like, the stuff isn't working. Like, do I need to take more? Like, how does this work? So then I was like, well, I got to go to the store anyways and get some like, what is it? Like Gatorades and all that stuff. It's a good thing I didn't go. And I just procrastinated because it came out of nowhere and I was like, whoop.
Oh, yeah.
Oop.
Oop. I mean, it happens, you know, we're all right there, you know. Coach Q, you ever had a situation like that?
Dude, I don't think I've ever told this story, but we used to do a 5K Friday.
Yes.
At the gym. So every Friday we would do a 5K for a moment.
And runners always have this situation, right? There's always stories of like, you know, jogging path poos, right? Because, you know, you're bouncing up and down. And when you got to go, they just pop a squat. And this happens all the time. So, okay.
So I have a story like that as well. But this story, I was coaching the class, right?
Uh-huh.
I had a full workout programmed, ready to rock and roll. And then right before the class starts, my just bubble guts, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, all right, team, today we're going to run a 5K, just completely professional. And I said, 3, 2, 1, go. And they took off running. I went running to the bathroom. Bro, I needed all 20, 30 minutes of that, dude. It was bad. It was bad. So yeah, if you ever ran a 5K Friday, the real backstory is that I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't do them anymore.
Yeah. I've had a scenario like the Pima County Fair where I was out there doing a remote and get ready for the concert. I know.
Fair?
In the Porta-John, dude. The worst. And it's the one where you have to be like standing up because you can't sit down on it. It's already like trashed and the whole thing. No toilet paper. Luckily, Valdez was there with Fat Guy wipes, wet wipes. And so wherever he goes, he brings packages of wet wipes with him. I didn't know at the time, but lifesaver, dude. Lifesaver.
Wow.
But it's hot. You're sweating in there.
Yeah.
And then just like feet up and brutal stuff. So
feet up. That's
like 1 foot up, and because I didn't touch the seat. It was one of those things where you're going and you're just like, well, I'm kind of squatting, but I'm kind of not. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was bad. I'm sure I smelled fantastic after that. So yeah, these are issues. All right, real quick before we get this conversation moving into podcast broadcast, I did kind of try to get some comparisons. We're talking about Ozzy Osbourne, who passed away, of course, just the other day, and then Hulk Hogan passed away today. Ozzy was 74.
Ozzy was 74, yeah.
74, yes. And then Hulk Hogan was 71. Yeah. Right? So they're both in their 70s. There's the similarities don't stop there, though, because they both had over-the-top wild characters who became symbols of their industry. Ozzy for rock, of course, Hulk Hogan for wrestling. They both had iconic hair. You know, Ozzy Osbourne was known for his iconic hair. In the 80s, he had that kind of like big blonde thing. But in the 90s, it was just that goth rock king style, right? Yeah. With the circle glasses. You recognize Ozzy, and hell, how many times people out there listening dress up like Ozzy for Halloween or even Hulk Hogan? They're both commonly people that would be cosplayed by people for Halloween or various scenarios, and very easy to do. All right. They both had catchphrases for days. Ozzy Osbourne's catchphrase?
I'm mumbling?
No. Sharon!
Oh, yeah.
Right? Hulk Hogan's catchphrase? Brother.
What you gonna do, brother?
What you gonna do, brother? And I'm playing, and that was just scratching the surface. They all had multiple, right? Yeah. They also had reality TV shows based on their families that were wildly successful during the time. The Osbournes made Ozzy a household name. Hogan Knows Best did the same in a way for the Hogans. Both shows introduced us to chaotic celebrity family life. And that's insane when you think about it, right? The similarities don't stop there because they were merchandise machines, from T-shirts to action figures to lunchboxes. They both slapped their face on everything. And they've had health scares and comebacks, right? So, you know, that's just 5 of the similarities that both Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan had. Oh, and don't forget the stage names. They both had stage names as well. You know, Ozzy's real name was John Michael Osbourne, and he went by Ozzy. And then Hulk Hogan's real name, Terry Jean Bollea.
Right? That's what it was.
Yes, and they both sold many tickets, right? So all that. And with wild 80s legacies, endless like parodies and impressions of them, and wearing sunglasses indoors all the time, Ozzy Osbourne and Hulk Hogan were 2 in the same, but 2 completely different people, both passing away within 48 hours of each other. So it's a wild week here for a week in history that we'll look back on and be like, man, it was both in the same time.
Yeah.
And I keep looking like these were both Mount Rushmore people, and we're going to stop making Mount Rushmore lists. But we're like, who else is on a Mount Rushmore we haven't covered yet that we need to protect at all costs? Because it happens in threes. All right, so let's keep this conversation moving on to podcast broadcast. We got more coming up right after this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right, so here's what we're going to do, Emil, before you take off.
All right.
Everyone on the stream, you guys are going to check out a brand new segment that we came up with today called Ask a Conspiracist. Super fun. You know, this is where Emil reports on the news, and I tell him what's really going on. Read between the lines, people, or sheeple. In case you miss it, one little something. Tickets for Pandera coming up at 7:10 a.m. this morning. We're going to play a little game.
All right.
All right, so that's going to be fun, so be ready for that. But first, I want to get to something brand new here. Now, as you know, we like to read between the lines here at Beef Vegan Presents. And so what I'm going to do is I want Emil to read me a news story that he came across, and I'm going to tell him what's really going on, right? I read between the lines, and I know a little bit of thing too. I got a couple of sources on the interwebs that tells me about what's really going on behind the lamestream media news. This is Ask a Conspiracist. So what's the news story that you came across, Emil? And I'll let you know what's really going on.
All right, so here's the headline. Russian cops to be compensated for the bribes they turned down. So authorities out in the Rostov region of Russia are trying innovative ideas to combat the bribery that's a problem for the police out there. The new anti-corruption measure will reward cops who refuse bribes with the amount of money that they were offered as a bribe in the first place.
Really? So
Yeah.
they're just like, hey, if you don't take the bribe, we're going to pay you a bribe not to get bribed.
Yeah, so pretty much. So the new directive, police are required to report those offenders who offered them the bribe, and once they get that bribe is confirmed, the officer then receives a bonus in that amount as reward for their professional integrity.
Right. That's what the official narrative is?
Yeah, that's what they say.
All right, let me tell you what's really going on.
Yeah, crack an egg of knowledge on my head.
All right,
buddy.
so this isn't about fighting corruption. Not at all. All right, it's about monetizing it.
Okay.
You got to monetize corruption. There's money everywhere to be made if you know how to take advantage of it. Now, Russia's just rolled out the world's first state-sponsored bribe coin. All right, it's like, Dogecoin, meme coin. You're into crypto.
I am.
Yeah, so it's the bribe coin economy that's in Russia. The whole system is powered by a secret algorithm that tracks the bribe to snitch conversion rate.
The bribe chain.
Yeah, the bribe chain. And again, bribe to snitch conversion rate. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down.
Yeah.
Really depends. And, of course, you want to, sell high, buy low. Now, cops aren't upholding the law. It's Russia, after all.
It's Russia.
Yeah, they're playing Price is Right, black market edition.
Okay.
Yeah, and here's the kicker. The government offers higher payouts if you act surprised when the bribe is offered.
Okay,
Right? So
yeah.
it's a little bonus. You're like, what? You're trying to bribe me, Risky? Yeah, and they're like, oh, you get an extra 100 rubles.
Yeah.
All right. It's basically OnlyFans for corruption, and Putin's just sitting back collecting royalties from every integrity bonus. That's what's really going on.
Wow.
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 You feel enlightened?
I do. Thank you so much,
No
man.
problem. Yeah, follow me on the dark web. So that was Ask Conspiracist. We'll hit the reset, be back with more, including your headlines right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
You didn't tell me
Tell you what, yes.
that I had time to put on eyelashes.
Well, your eyelashes look fantastic.
The 7 of them?
Yeah. No, I'm glad you're here because I need to vent to you. I've been kind of a mess lately, and hopefully you'll understand. I mean, both of you. Yeah. And
I'm here to make fun of you.
I know. I want to apologize. I've been a little ornery to some listeners, like Jose. I was a little cranky to Jose yesterday. It's not like I've been going through great stuff. I mean, I'm okay, right? This isn't like an intervention. You don't need to check on me or nothing. But I am my own worst enemy sometimes, and I kind of create situations that put me in kind of depressed scenarios. So I'll start off, right? I was going to the place I usually get my coffee. I had too many awkward interactions, so I switched it up. And I'm actually going to a place on Speedway. And now to get to work, I make a route where I drive by my old house that I used to live in with my ex.
That was a nice house.
Memories, huh?
Yeah, super nice house. Yeah. And so when I'm driving by, you can't help but look to see who's in the driveway. Well, I noticed that no one was parking in the driveway. And I'm driving there 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I wonder if she moved, right? So I got I got a little curious.
Oh no!
I know. Why just and again, we were together for a while. We had we were gonna have a kid. That didn't happen, right? She ended up having a kid with somebody else like immediately after. So yeah, I'm still healing from that. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's heavy. Sometimes I blurt out a little too much about it, but I have moved on for the most part. But I'm still curious. So I was talking to my mom. My mom's still friends with her on Instagram, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm like, do me a favor. Why don't you check out her Instagram? Just see if there's anything that pops out. Like if a move or something. Maybe she moved out of state or something. No, I know. I was asking too much. So, but my mom, she has no boundaries. So she's like, sure. So she looks up her page and she's like, oh, it's just a bunch of pictures of her daughter. And I'm like, okay, well then go ahead and just, F it. Like, I'm already regretting it. Right. And she looks and she goes, she named her daughter Shadi. And I'm like, Shadi? She wouldn't name her daughter. I'm like,
Shadi.
read the text for me. And the text is like, hanging out with this Shadi. And it was spelled, I was like, is it spelled SHAWTY? I'm like, that's not her name, Mom. And I'm like, get off the page. All right, get off the page. Don't like anything. Don't get caught.
You're ruining this entire experience for me.
But I'm like, no, that validated me being like, well, I'm happy I'm not with her because that's very cringe. Anyone that would post that. But anyways.
Oh my God.
I know. So that was the first kind of thing. You kind of pick a scab and then have this funny interaction with my mom because I involved my mom on the sleuthing. And then she's so old and out of touch, she thought, Shoddy.
I don't know how you did that. Like, I would have been on the edge. Like, don't like anything. Don't touch anything. Just don't do it.
I know she accidentally double taps. Like, no, the jig is up, Mom.
She's on to us.
Block her. So that happened. Okay. Well, anyways, like I said, I have been moving on. It took a lot longer than I thought originally. I thought I was ready to go right during a breakup. But, I've been dating someone and she's been very cool. And, things have been going great. We've been hooking up. But then, I felt like there was something off about me physically down below. Right. Yeah. And I'm the type of guy that self-diagnose, right? Like I go to Google, I go to ChatGPT, I'm my own doctor. And then I go to Nogales and I treat myself, right? And I had this before, and this is like almost a PSA, because it's very common venereal thing called trichomoniasis, for short, trich.
Okay, yeah.
I found out about trich in 2016, the same week that I got fired from KFMA the first time. Because all of a sudden, it seemed like my peen had a runny nose and it was like kind of itchy, right? And I'm like, that's weird. And then so it turns out that's what it was. Well, now what trich is, it's a very common parasite that a lot of people have and don't even know they have it. And it's something that never gets talked about like in health class. We need more awareness of trich.
Okay.
So I, in my hypochondriac mind, I'm like, got trich again.
Yeah.
Right? I just automatically just jumped to that conclusion.
I was going to ask you if you're hypochondriac.
Oh my God. You know it. So the girl texts me and I'm a little standoffish and she's like, what's going on? You're being distant. And I'm like, well, I got to level with you. I think I got the trich.
Got the trich again.
Look it up. Here's the link. And I believe I got it from you. Right. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. People, guys are so stupid when it comes to condoms. And I'm like, hey, it's not your fault. I'm not mad at you. Right. I made the decision. I hate condoms too. I'm the guys. Right. I know that this is the risk that we go into when we lay down naked and say, hey, are we going to, do this or do that?
When we go into it.
Yeah. And I want to do that. And that's the risk I take. It's fine. I got the antibiotics. It's great. And she's like, okay, well, I got to talk to a couple people because I was dating a couple people before you. Right. I know. So then.
Well, at least she didn't go to Facebook.
No, she didn't go to Facebook. Yeah. So that was the other time. Right. So then she calls and reaches out to two other guys that she used to hook up with right before me and said, hey, you might want to get yourself tested. Right. They freak the F out on her. Yeah. Right. It's a big deal. You never want that text message to begin with. Right. And so we're still talking. Everything's good. She's still very remorseful and I'm still very comforting and being like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. She goes to Planned Parenthood. She gets the testing and everything. And then I get a text yesterday and she's like, you're going to laugh. I'm like, what's that? And she showed me the test result. Clean for everything.
All right. Nice. Breath of fresh air.
Nice. I just created an S-storm of trauma for myself,
Wait,
for her.
Wait. So you self-diagnosed yourself. You
Yes.
didn't go to the doctor.
No.
Have you?
I don't need to now. I mean, technically, you know.
My question is like, what's
So
going
you
on then?
started this.
And I took antibiotics and literally shut myself down for an entire
Where did you
week.
get antibiotics?
Nogi. I looked it up. ChatGPT. You know, it's called Flagel.
Flagel. So you had Flagel?
Yeah, I had Flagel.
Oh.
Yeah, I left over from the last time. So
leftover Flagel.
Okay.
I'm so mad at you right now.
I know. I created it.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know what's wrong with me, yes,
You
but I
said,
created
I
this.
think- You called this poor woman and said, I think that
You gave me an
this
STD, yes. And that STD,
without you going to the doctor.
100%. And it was 100% in my mind as well.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. And my thing wasn't even leaking. It was a little itchy.
Are we on the air?
Yes.
All right. I want to cuss you out.
I know.
I
I
wanna
told
cuss
you.
you
I
out.
look. And I'm still like talking to her. She's a beautiful girl. I am.
You're lucky she's still talking to you.
I'm so messy.
You are
I know.
I would be so pissed
But
off
he
right
also comforted her when she thought she might have had it.
Yeah.
Like, also, you're
Don't
like,
worry,
kinda
I'm not
being a
mad
good
at
guy
you
about
for
it.
the STD that I imaginarily got from you.
Right.
Right.
It was a test of the relationship.
Yeah. So
Get her on the phone.
oh, I've talked to her.
No,
So
I want to talk to her.
okay, I'll let you talk to her. But you know, just to wrap it up, you know, my past couple weeks, besides like, you know, stalking my ex and false STD tests, I'm doing great.
Doing busy.
All right, we're back on. Yes, we have lots of things. I got Spears. You got 2 seconds. You got yeah. Because I'm gonna be on here in 2 minutes, and so yeah, that was the clip from earlier. And Yaz, if you want to yell at me real quick, because we just played that clip, and I was filling in Spears on all that. So go ahead.
Are we on the air?
Yeah. Well, not on the air, just on the stream.
Oh, you're fucking dumb.
Yeah, you're fucking dumb.
She had to make sure.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a true story that I vented earlier this morning, and I had to wait for Yaz to do it because I knew she'd keep it real with me, right? Well, so do as I say, not as I do, Spears. You know what I mean? So try not to do the same thing.
Okay, will do.
Yeah, and also look up trichomoniasis because it's actually oddly common. Did you ever hear about that STI before?
No.
All right. Bye, yes. Yeah. So it's actually
Bye, Yasmin.
It's what they call a vaginal parasite. Fun times. And it's so common amongst people who are sexually active. A lot of people have it and never know it, right? And they don't show symptoms. And so that's why it spreads so much. And it's called, in slang terms, the trich. And I found this out in 2016 because I did get diagnosed with it and I did get it cleared up. But I thought I had it again in my head, which I did not, which is, I'm like, funny story. And then I created a shitstorm and really I put myself in a funk because of this stuff, you know, like I create problems that I don't necessarily need to have in life. And then I commiserate about the problems that I have in my life that are 100% self-made. I know.
Oh
it's not great. Not fun.
Dude, so when you got diagnosed back in the day, you went and saw a doctor, right?
Oh, yeah. It was the same week I got fired from KFMA, dude. It was a bad week. Yeah. And then I slept with the girl who gave it to me. And then I told her afterwards, I was like, good news, bad news. And this is 2016. And she's like, what? We just had sex, right? And it was great. And then she's like, oh, all right. What's the bad news? And she's like, I go, I think I have an STD. And she's like, what? She like sits up and she's like, what are you talking about? Like, why would you tell me that? We just had sex, right? And she's like, well, what's the good news? And I'm like, well, you're the only one I sleep with, so I think I got it from you. And so then I went, Rock 1 2.1 KFMA, welcome back to Vegan Presents. So then I went, the good news, bad news. And so this is where, you know, and then I said, okay, so if I gave it to you, like if I gave you an STD, then like I'm so sorry. I'm so apologetic. I'm sorry. But if you gave it to me, I forgive you. Like that. And so she forgave me, right? But it was one of those situations.
But you guys were dating?
I mean, you could call it that. We're adults who, you know, did adult things together.
Oh, okay.
In 2016.
Okay, so this is more of like friends with benefits.
Yeah.
Situationship, because it's like, how are you having this conversation if you guys are together and you're like, yeah, you could have given it to me, but I forgive you. I wouldn't have forgiven her if
No,
I was
I know.
seeing her. I'm like, no.
I was more open-minded at that time. And I think it's more like 2017, but still, it's like man horror recognized, it's like, hey, we're both like people who like people. You know what I mean? So no judgment here. We're on the same level. You know what I mean? Like you're not, like, I'm not your first or second, and I'm not telling you my body count. It's all good. We're just adults. We enjoy doing adult things together, and we go into the situation knowing the risks and the rewards. And and whatever risks that may come up from that, you'll never get there. You're in a monogamous relationship. You're a good boy, Justin Spears. But being a man whore, this is how you got to kind of live and be understanding of the situation you put yourself in. Because when you're a man whore, you got to date, the female counterpart of that. I won't say it.
Sounds dangerous.
It is dangerous. I play with fire, but it doesn't burn when I pee. So unscathed, 100% clean and checked out, which is great. I'm not telling anybody who listens to this show, especially, date this guy that's talking right now. I actually actively encourage against it. And if they say they're listening to the show, I'm like, let me protect you from me. It's not that I'm a bad person, I'm not. I'm a little bit of a whore. I got issues, and there's just no way. I'm such damaged goods. There's just no way it's a long game.
Bad beef.
Yeah, I mean, good person, bad boyfriend, right? You can be a good lover, bad boyfriend as well. Just want to throw that out there for anyone who wants to play with fire. But
man,
someone's calling. You want to answer a phone call real quick? God. Let's find out. Rock 102.1. Who's this?
Yo, it's Nick.
All right, Nick, make it quick. What do we got?
Hey, Hulk Hogan just got
well, dude, we've been covering that all hour. Yeah. Now we're on to other pressing issues. But yes, you know what? I will say this for the stream, and thank you for bringing that up to our attention, Nick. So I did get a comment on there because we said it happens in threes, and we just lost Ozzy. So, like, who else are we afraid to lose? But who pointed out? I think it was Liz who pointed out that Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away this week as well. Now, not necessarily a Mount Rushmore icon like Ozzy or Hulk Hogan, but obviously an icon still. And so that's three major celebrities that passed away just in this week. So hopefully that's the end of it. Go what, Rick? Or Nick?
Funny thing is Hulk Hogan passed at 71. Ozzy passed away at what, 78?
4.
So it was 74?
Yeah. Google it.
So we're in the 70s that these guys are like ideally our generation of passing away.
Oh, I'm not 70. You're not 70 either. What you talking about? I mean, we grew up with these guys as icons. I mean, what's the point of, they're men in their 70s. There's a lot of similarities. Well, we just did the similarities, Nick. I mean, I know that you're probably working and stuff, but you definitely have to watch back the podcast broadcast because we covered a lot of this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe I'm so far behind. Jeez.
All right. Well, press rewind, my friend. But I appreciate the call as always. I was too busy talking about how no woman should ever sleep with me. How dare you interrupt that? All right. I was just joking about everything I just said, by the way, and I take it all back. Let's hit the reset on the FM side. We got your Florida man coming up right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yeah, I mean, again, still my worst enemy because this is all shit I shouldn't even say anyways.
Yeah,
but I do.
Why not?
Yeah, I got to keep it honest. Yeah, you got to keep it real. And yeah, so that's how it is. But again, something that you'll never have to deal with and stuff. Are you married right now, Coach?
No.
Yeah.
Are you tied down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
tied
yeah.
down,
He's been working on it. It's great too. I went through some old videos, and saw like a baby Spears from like when he started coming on to like we started working for this company. And he looks like a puppy, dude. Like no facial hair. Looks like straight out of 8th grade. Right? Yes. And
I'm a grizzled veteran now.
Yeah. Radio is aging you. Yeah. And then do that too. And he's got himself a fantastic woman.
There you go.
Yeah. And he's becoming a man right before my very eyes.
Nice.
Which is good. And I'll continue to kind of show you the ways. I'll be like, this is what I'm gonna do. And I want you to jot it down in your your elephant-like memory. And be like, do the opposite.
Do the opposite.
Yeah. Opposite of beef.
Yeah.
Yeah. Vegan.
Yes.
But that's your last name, right?
Yeah.
Vegan.
Yeah. I'm a contradiction for that, right?
Is your last name really vegan?
No.
Like, what?
That'd be awesome.
No.
but I'm a walking, talking contradiction, right? So, but so are
It's great.
everybody. We're all a little bit hypocritical, and that's
great.
kind of been the deal, and hence the name. So,
Can I ask one thing though?
go for it.
Are people still pooping outside of or near your area?
We just covered that.
just talked
Okay.
about
Well,
that
let,
right
let
now.
me hit rewind and I'll go
Oh.
listen to that.
Yeah, you'll see the video as well. We had a
Downtown.
hilarious conversation on that.
Downtown's just a shitty situation, bro. Always.
Yeah, pun intended.
But this guy
Always.
is doing a lot of big things downtown.
Yeah. So what? Yeah. Actually, we're going to be talking about that on the air since I have you in. Talk about some of the things that you've been doing on the air, and we're going to hype that up here in about 3 minutes of POD. But what's some of the stuff? So I could
Ruckus
lead the
Room?
direction. Yeah.
I mean, look at this guy's story. This guy was fired from a gym and then bought the gym.
Yep.
And started his own thing in Ruckus Room in downtown and is now opened up to the northwest side. Is that right?
You got 2 locations now?
He's got 2 locations of Ruckus Room. One's
I
got
didn't
a
notice
pool.
that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's on the north side, and then we have a spin studio downtown as well. So.
Spinners.
Nice.
Spinners.
Yeah. So daily classes on that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll
sir.
hype
Monday
that.
through Saturday.
Yeah, we're talking all things fitness and stuff like that. You've been bulking up though. So are you trying to get into powerlifting competitions, things like that?
No, dude. I hurt my Achilles, and then I was just on the couch for a minute,
Yeah.
eating and chilling. So just trying to recover. But
But that's what
yeah.
you do. What is it? Mac from Always Sunny, when he went through the Fat Mac phase before he got Super Bowl, they call it bulking up in a way. It's a way to build muscle. Is you get mass
No
and then you
doubt.
turn that into
Yeah, literally all I do is just eat and lift for a long time because I can't run. I wasn't able to do a lot of stuff for a minute.
Mhm.
I never missed a day in the gym, but it was just heavy lifting, and then I would go eat.
Yeah, so when you came in, you look like a professional wrestler this time, because I remember last time you came in, it was probably like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And still cut and still swole,
Yeah.
but had that slender swole.
Yeah, I was probably like 225 ripped.
Yeah.
And now I'm like 260.
Yeah, jacked.
You're ripped,
jacked,
bro.
dude.
Stop it, Q.
There's
Jacked.
not a 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1 pack under here, dude.
Yeah. You
I
got-
got nothing going on. It's insulated as hell right now. but
Right. Yeah. You got to
still
do what I
fly.
do and just get it tattooed on you. You got another phone call here. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
What's up, DP?
Oh, this is Donovan. All right. Spears, good to
gotta
see
go.
you, buddy. Yeah,
See you guys.
go do your meeting. He's late for his meeting now, which is great. Donovan, I got just a minute. What's going on, bud?
Let me see. We lost Ozzy Osbourne,
Oh, no. What happened with Ozzy?
and we just lost Hulk Hogan.
What?
No.
That's Hulk Hogan, the professional wrestler.
Yes,
Heartbreaking, dude. How old was Hulk Hogan?
71.
Damn, dude. Well, 71 is, actually, it's the 70s now are kind of like the new 50s, and they continue to.
Hulk Hogan was 71,
Mhm.
and Ozzy Osbourne was 76.
Yeah, 74. But yes, I hear you. That is sad. And then Malcolm Jamal Warner. I mean, they're all passing away, bud. Our icons and stuff, But I would say both of those men that you just mentioned, legendary lives and careers, legendary runs, and we would be so lucky. But still.
Gotta go, bud. I gotta go.
Oh, you gotta go. Okay. All right. You have a good day, bud. That's Donovan, everybody. It's always good to hear Donovan. All right. So, yeah, we're going to get back on, but that's great. So, when did you open up that second gym?
About 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years ago. It's an outdoor gym.
North's outdoor gym, huh?
Yeah. It's made with storage containers. It's pretty dope.
So you have a website for that, or just
It's on our
Instagram?
website, or you can see it on our Instagram.
All right.
I posted about it yesterday, like a little before and after.
I saw that, but yeah, because I'm looking at this right now. We'll pull up the reel right here because you're on like a forklift, and I see all the containers here.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's check this out. Here, I'll mute it just so I don't get copyright
There
restrictions.
you go.
So this is you building it up, huh?
Yeah.
Outdoor gym.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah.
We run classes before the sun comes up and then after it goes down. So we don't have as many classes as the downtown one.
There's a skate park here too.
This is a mix of all of my locations.
Okay.
Anything indoors, big building is the downtown location. Obviously the outdoor stuff is this, but you'll see like the outdoor kind of remix.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, you getting tons of people. How many people do you have as members of your gyms? That pool's yours too, huh?
Yeah, it's Aqua Bear Swim Club. So
Okay.
our side is the Ruckus Room, and then their side is Aqua Bear. The guy that runs the pool, his name is Justin, South African cat. He's awesome. He let me rent that space from him, take it over, and now we just share the space. I get to use the pool, he gets to use the gym. It's amazing.
Damn, dude. So what's your schedule like every day? I mean, do you take days off?
I take Fridays off. I roll with my daughter Gianna. Shout out to Gianna and her cousins, Alina and Iola. I'd spend every Friday with them, but pretty much I'm working all the time. But I also have a great staff. Like I work with my staff more than I work at the gyms, and then my staff just kills it. So
Yeah. So I just realized that I was like watching it and no one could see what I'm talking about here.
Oh.
Yeah. And now it is because like it's fascinating because that gym, that outdoor gym, looks badass.
It's dope.
It almost feels like a Venice beach vibe.
Yeah,
in a
it's
way.
dope. It's
Yeah.
dope. Yeah, there's just a different feel about working out outside, especially like you're lifting bars while watching the stars, like looking at the stars is amazing.
Yeah.
In the morning, like the thing that it does to your spirit when you watch the sun rise, it's incredible.
Yeah.
When it's raining, you'll be lifting, looking at a rainbow, and there's just some things that are just incredible about it. And then the pool, it just gives an experience that you literally can't get at any other gym in Arizona.
Yeah.
Like in Arizona.
Yeah, it's a massive ass pool, dude. It looks like Olympic size, and yeah. So
like big time professionals come and train there. The CEO of Lululemon goes and swims at that pool every single year. He works with the coaches there. So it's a really well known pool for high level Ironman swimmers and runners. So
damn. All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna run all that back here on the FM side and talk up that. So I'm glad that you've been doing big things. I'm not surprised at all, though. Be honest with you. Are you 100% healed for that ACL?
no, it's my Achilles.
Oh, your Achilles.
I've gone through hell with it. So I've about 2 years in and I'm still recovering from it. So I had 3 surgeries on it in 1 year. So it was a lot.
Yeah, no, it's Coach Q from the Ruckus Gym here live on the podcast broadcast. Before we get into the Ruckus Gym has opened up 2 locations. The second location on the north side, super stoked about. We want to get into all the details of that. But real quick, I do have to give a keyword so you can fly yourself. All this week, we're giving away a 5-day vacation to Iceland. Iceland is the destination that we're giving away this week, and I didn't give out a keyword yet, so let's do it right now.
Rock 102.1. It's time to go fly yourself.
All right, so text the word fun to 600-KFMA, 600-5362 to automatically be qualified for that trip. It's FUN to 600-KFMA, 600-5362. Remember, if you win a trip and you don't want to go, you don't have to. You can cash out for $3,000 instead and go to KFMA.com to find details on a second chance to qualify to go fly yourself to Iceland. All right. With that said, Coach Q has been our guest here on the podcast broadcast. Now, initially, we met Q a couple years ago, came in on Spears and Ali, and he's like, dude, this guy has a great story. He's doing big things, business owner, gym owner here in town. Would you like to have him on? We're like, absolutely. Came in, headed off and stuff. You basically were a personal trainer, got fired from the gym, and then you were able to buy back the gym you got fired from, is the story.
Yeah.
And that was how many years ago?
10
years ago.
Yeah.
And then since then, now we got Ruckus expanding not only downtown, but to a north side location. Let's talk about the expansion downtown. What do you got going on at Ruckus?
So we have Ruckus Room on 127 South 4th Ave. This is a 17,000 square foot building. On the front end of it, we have our Bodega Soleil, where we actually sell everyday items. We have from protein shakes to tobaccos to blunt wraps. We've got everything there, right?
Yeah, it's a bodega.
Yeah, I love it.
That's amazing. Yeah.
You know, when you open up a shop like that in a gym, everybody wants you to do like a smoothies or like protein bar, different things like that. And we wanted to be able to connect with our community. Our membership is $160 a month. Not a lot of people can do that.
Right.
A protein shake, when you go to get a smoothie, those are like $10-15. We wanted to be able to connect with somebody that has 25 cents in their pocket and be able to serve that person. So from literally any type of person walking down South 4th Ave, we've got everything for you at the bodega right there.
Yeah.
And then beyond the store is going to be our group training side. Group classes, we have 5, 6, 8, 9 a.m., 4, 5:15, and 6:30 p.m. classes all day. And then on the further side of the gym is our personal training side, where you can hire personal trainers that rent space from us. If you're a personal trainer out there looking for a place to work, you can rent space from us.
I like that. That's kind of like how like nice barbershops operate, right? Yeah. So independent contractor status and stuff. Here's your workspace, you know, and go out and get it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that gives the personal trainers an opportunity to have their independent business and start up as well.
It's amazing. I mean, and it's a 6-figure business. Like if you really get into personal training, you are making a lot of money.
Yeah.
And when you rent
and
space,
affecting lives in a positive way.
Of course, when you rent space from a gym, if something breaks, you get to go home, go to sleep while somebody goes and fix it for you.
And that's you.
It's amazing. Yeah. There's a little guy that comes in and fixes things at night.
That's been growing each and every year. Your membership and your staff and even the location is expanding. And so recently, within the last year and a half, you also branched out to the north side. And this north side gym that you have is unlike anything that I've seen before. Legitimately, it's an outdoor gym.
Right.
All right. And it's connected to the pool. Tell me all about this.
So in 2020, I started to buy gyms that were going out of business. I started to just get all of their equipment. And my idea was that I was going to rent stuff to people that were stuck at home, trying to work out at home. And we did it and it worked.
Yeah.
So I started to buy so much equipment that I actually went and got some storage containers because I needed to be able to store this stuff. And then a couple times I'm like working out inside the storage container or outside of it at this storage lot that we were at.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this would be sick. Like, and in Miami, I've seen something like this on the beach.
Yes.
In California, Venice.
Yes, they made it famous, right?
Outside.
It's been around. It's legendary, the Venice Beach gym out there.
Exactly. So I approached this guy, Justin, who owns this property and Aqua Bear Swim Club. And it was just a vacant tennis court that was like getting overgrown by weeds. And I said, hey, man, I can make this whole place into a training facility if you let me. So we did. We built out the Northside location, and it is absolutely incredible. And the people that work out there are some of my favorite people that I've bumped shoulders with in my 10-year career.
Yeah, there's videos of this too. You can follow Coach Q on Instagram as Coach Q Jeff, and it's simple as that. And I'll share tags on our stories and stuff. But seeing the workout scenario and you see the community that's being built there, just looks like a badass vibe to be a part of. How many members do you have of that Northside location so far?
Not enough.
Right.
Not enough. We don't have enough members at any location. So if you want to join, we need you. And your first class is always free.
Yeah. So you got your website where people can get all that info?
Yeah, it's ruckusrooms.com. I will say that the downtown location, you'll see about 20 to 40 people a class. At our Northside location, you're going to see about 10 to 15 people a class. So if you want a more smaller location to be able to work out at, the Northside is awesome.
Yeah, and you just got to check it out. The setup there is fantastic, right next to the pool. It's just all encompassing. And you're such a maniac too, as you're just storing equipment in a storage shed, and you're just like, well, I'm here, I might as well put in a workout.
Let's get it.
You're a beast, dude. Well, I loved hanging out with you. We'll have you in again soon. It's always a pleasure seeing you. And congratulations on all the great stuff that you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Of course. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for the podcast broadcast today, but we'd like to thank everyone for listening. Tonight, Slaughter to Prevail at Rialto Theater. Rico, Mario, and I will be at that. So if you're at that show, make sure you say hi. Tomorrow morning, we run it back. Tickets for Iceland Kills and tickets for Pantera all morning long. So just listen for that. Until then, Robin Ash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a
Thanks,
side
guys.
of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief.
Of course.
But if you've been mean or kind to